More than ever, when students read, they will be gathering knowledge and insights from their reading material. With the emphasis on text-dependent analysis in the Common Core State Standards, teachers will be relying on text-dependent questions in their instruction and in assessing student learning. Text-dependent questions are questions that can only be answered by citing specific examples from reading a text. Here are two freshman-level discussion questions based on the Gettysburg Address. Which of the two asks for an answer based on close reading? The first question seeks to elicit a personal or general response that relies on individual experience and opinion. It's an insightful question that can stimulate discussion. However, it is not text-dependent. The second question cannot be answered without a solid understanding of the text of Lincoln's speech and, therefore, is text-dependent. This question does not ask for a student's opinion, but rather checks for careful comprehension and forms a building block of a more thoughtful analysis. Let's look at the various things students can do with text-dependent questions. Analyze the role played by words or phrases in the meaning and impact of longer sentences and paragraphs, and explore how meaning can be changed if the author had selected one word over another. Probe individual arguments and examine how a writer's persuasive effects are achieved. Question why authors chose to begin and end the way they do, and consider what the text leaves uncertain or unstated. So what does it look like to put together a complete and coherent body of text-dependent questions to cover a reading? Let's walk through 7 steps. Start by reading and marking up a text with annotations, identifying the key insights you want your students to learn. The first questions students hear should be ones that orient them to a text, easing the way into a more sophisticated discussion. Find the words and text structures that connect to a reading's main ideas. Take time to build your students' understanding of these words and structures and focus on academic words that are likely to appear in future readings and studies. Find sections that present the greatest difficulty to students and write questions that support students in mastering these. Text-dependent questions should follow a coherent sequence to help students stay focused and come to a gradual understanding of a reading. Look closely at the standards addressed by a series of questions and check if there are additional standards that can be incorporated. Lastly, develop a culminating activity around the main ideas that involve students writing independently and demonstrating one or more of the standards.